All right. Just me, apparently, just sitting here chilling. Um, while I wait for somebody, if somebody shows up, awesome, we'll continue it on. But otherwise, this will be a fairly short one. I'll give myself a half an hour, see if anyone shows up. I had some problems, obviously, as sent out last week. My wife had oral surgery. Um, but doing better right now. Still got some doctor's appointments, dentist appointments to go to as well. Going through the film from the game against the Panthers, a lot of stuff that I need to bring to light, especially when it comes to the offense. Uh, I was a little upset. I think a lot of people were a little upset with the play calling. And as I went over, I realized it really wasn't necessarily the play calling, but the execution of the plays, which is why a lot of that went to crap. Right. Now, to be fair, I think this is a situation where the Colts are going to hopefully start getting healthier, get some guys back. Looks like maybe Braden Smith will be back this week. That'll be nice for a overall offensive line. Actually, have the entire offensive line back. That'd be nice. But still got some time. Probably get Zaire back. Don't know. Juju probably not. He's still dealing with that injury. Downs looks like he aggravated that knee injury in the game. He may or may not be playing. We'll find out in the next couple days. A lot of issues to deal with. Did I make this actually live on YouTube? Because I didn't mean to. I must have made this live on YouTube. I honestly did not mean to do that. So if it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. I'm sorry, guys. This is supposed to be the Patreon. But you know what? Since it's an accident and it is public, I'm going to keep it that way. Screw it. What's going on, guys? Gorilla Gaming, Chuck Hall. What's up? So this was supposed to be private for Patreon only. Patreon guys supposed to come in and hang out. But it looks like I made this public. So we're going to hang out for at least a half an hour and talk. I'm going to interact with you guys. Drop some questions, comments, statements, whatever you want. We'll use that, the chat, to kind of keep the thing going, right? This is basically my weekly Patreon live stream that I generally do every Wednesday at 8:00. I hang out with my Patreon guys. Generally, we talk about whatever they want to talk about, whether it's NFL, Colts, food, sports, TV, movies, whatever, So, but hey, it is what it is. Gorilla. We are super limited with Gardner. It is. And I don't know if you watched my premiere today, mid-season report. Gardner is a limiting, right? He does limit, but at the same time, he's a veteran quarterback that can win games, right? It's not like honestly, I would prefer Gardner over Matt Ryan, right? Because Gardner can move and get out of stuff. Matt's a bit more accurate. But at the same time, Matt wasn't doing very well last year, right? We are currently we have basically the same exact record that we had this time last year, 4-5. Exact same record. Hopefully we don't end up on an 8-game slide like we did last year. That would be awful. I didn't say Richardson was lightening it up, but he gave a different dynamic to the offense, right? He made the deep threat viable. He made him taking off and running with the football viable, right? That was something that Anthony Richardson did bring. It kept him on the field, kept everything on the table, as opposed to Gardner Minshew, who does not seem to throw the football deep a lot, right? He's not going to put it in a tight window 30 yards down the field. Anthony Richardson would do that. That makes every point of the field a viable option and makes defenses, do that. But neither here nor there. We don't have Anthony Richardson right now this year, so there's no point in really dwelling on that, right? All good, Basil. All good. You know what? The Jim Sorgi thing. Look, all right. Look, Matt Ryan is just bad. It was bad all the way around. I mean, it's not like, look, yes, was Matt Ryan bad? Yes, but at the same time, I mean, the team around him was bad too. The offensive line was playing like crap. The running game was like crap. The defense was not doing, it was doing okay. If the offense would have been better, I think we would have been better off. But the offensive line was terrible, right, last year. This year, major improvements. So, I think Matt would have done better with the offensive line. I think that's the whole reason why we signed Matt Ryan, or traded for him, was because we thought we was going to put him behind an offensive line more like this year's offensive line rather than last year's offensive line. And who knows? Who knows what Matt Ryan would have been like with an offensive line that could, protect him for 2-3 seconds. We don't know. But it is what it is, I'm really worried about. I am worried, however, that when we don't, and this is from what I am gathering over the last 4 weeks, if we try to push the ball downfield, we seem to give turnovers. Whether it's because he's holding the ball too long, and gets strip sacked, or whether he's throwing it in the, bad spots down the field. If we play conservative and he takes the shorter routes, we're not pushing the ball downfield, which means the defense can then, kind of condense their coverage down. And that's not a good thing either. So that's something that I'm really worried about a little bit is, look, last week, there were plays to be had on the field, straight up. Good plays to be had on the field. And there were opportunities where he was not under pressure and he still took, the 3 to 5 yard out route, quick out route, right? That's what I was seeing by Gardner Minshew, where had he held the ball half second to a second longer, he would have had a shot 20 yards downfield. It is what it is. You're either going to take the high completions and less chance of turning the football over, or you're going to take, your shots downfield and lessen the defense. Now, last week, because he wasn't taking any shots further than 20 yards, the defense, including the safeties, could creep up. It's hard to run when you got 11 guys right near the box, right? When you got 11 guys that can close quickly, it's hard to run the football. You got to be able to take your shots occasionally to open up the run game. It just is what it is. You got to be able to do that. And Gardner wasn't taking those shots. They were there. There was opportunities to do it. He was just checking down too quickly. What's going on, Trayless? Well, Defense was on the field about 2 minutes longer than the offense was. I don't think it was too long. But there was so many, like looking at the film, there were open shots all over the field. Okay. Between Alec Pierce and Ogletree and Granson and even, other guys, Pittman, they were getting separation. He wasn't waiting to throw those separation passes. He was throwing the short, quick out route passes, which is freaking nuts. So that's what I'm seeing. I don't know. What's your opinion upon what we need to do to beat the Pats? Work on to beat the Pats. All right, so the Patriots, their offense hasn't been very good this year. Mac Jones has not been good under pressure, and we need to get pressure on Mac Jones defensively. Offensively, they have cornerbacks, and their they have cornerbacks that are injured. J.C. Jackson's not even traveling to Germany. All right, and Matt Judon is out for the season. All right, you remember Judon, the guy who absolutely wrecked Sam Ehlinger last time we played the Patriots last year. It was awful. It was horrible. It was he was getting mangled out there. But I think in this game, you effectively need to take your deep shots occasionally. Take at least 2 or 3 every half. I understand it's worrisome about, possible turnovers. But as long as Minshew is not on the run, he seems to be accurate downfield. As long as he could square his shoulders and step forward into a pass, he seems pretty damn accurate, right? That's the thing. Don't let him throw on the run. If he has to escape the pocket, you better be incredibly wide open or very, very close to him, right? So that's the deal. Run towards him. If he's scrambling, run towards him. That's all there is to it, because he's going to probably overshoot you if you don't. Allow him just to flick it close by. But I mean, this is the Patriots. It's Bill Belichick, right? Belichick is a damn good game planner, especially defensively. He knows how to game plan defensively for a team. And we've had our issues with Bill Belichick in the past. So I know there's a lot of you that think that this is an easy game. It's not going to be an easy game. Never is, not against them. I mean, even the last time we beat them, it took that 72-yard run by Jonathan Taylor to seal the game at the end of the game. If we didn't get a first down, then they had a shot to go down the field and tie it up or take the win. So that's a little bit worrisome. Another good question: how many quarterback sacks possible for us to get Sunday? By the way, you're going to be live this Sunday. I should be live this Sunday. Yes. I wasn't live this past Sunday because my wife had oral surgery and last week, and I had to be there for her. So just letting you know up front. But sack wise, it just depends. It depends on how many blitzes we send, right? I mean, we don't have Grover Stewart, so we need to get help on that defensive line. Our backups are doing okay, okay, but they're not Grover. Grover can eat a double team and not lose ground. The backups ain't doing that. They're going to lose ground all the time. You're going to need to see a lot of stunts and twists and putting DeForest Buckner out on the edge rather than at a tackle position. Maybe send some random blitzes, something that the Patriots aren't used to seeing the Colts do. And as much as we've played them as of, lately, we have not blitzed a lot. We haven't we're the least blitzing team in the league. Last time we blitzed more than what we normally do was against the Baltimore Ravens, and we won that game. We actually did a good job defensively getting pressure on Lamar Jackson. So, but Franklin, see, here's the thing. All right, Zaire's not the fast guy. He's not a good blitzing linebacker. We do use him to blitz with, but EJ Speed is a better blitzer. Shaq is a better blitzer. Alubi is a better blitzer because of their speed and their long arms, because they could supposed to be able to, if they're, use the long arms to keep the blockers off of you as long as they don't grab and shed off and go. Or, if it's a free lane, which it should be on a blitz, right? Your quickness and long arms will get you there quicker. I would rather that. Or even, edge, like Kenny Moore. Kenny Moore's really good, corner blitzing. But I get you. Yeah. Darius was good at shedding blocks, but last few years we haven't really seen that from Shaquille. I hear you. I got you. But it's a game that's going to be interesting to get through. It's going to be tough. It's going to be center stage, obviously. Everybody's going to be watching this game, and this is an opportunity for the Colts, right? Going into the bye week, are you going to go into the bye week with a 500 record or 4-6, right? You go into the bye week with a 500 record at 5-5 on a 2-game win streak, right? And get some guys back. There is a legit chance for a playoff push. I'm not saying we'll make the playoffs, but there's a shot. You'll have 5 wins. You're at 500. That puts you midway. We got a fairly decently easy schedule. I'm not saying any game is easy, but if you look at the teams we play compared to the teams other teams play, I think we have the second easiest schedule left over in the NFL after this week, actually, including this week. The Patriots have 1, 2 wins, something like that. So, the biggest thing is don't turn the football over, man. But at the same time, it's tough, right? It's taking shots. Every time you take a shot downfield, you're taking a chance for a turnover. Bad pass, good play by a corner, something of that nature, or a safety. This last game, if they take a look at it. Now, granted, it's Carolina. Carolina's not good this year. Patriots aren't good this year either. Okay. There were so many opportunities to take deep shots. 1-on-1 where a guy like Alec Pierce actually has his guy beat, or a guy like Ogletree has his guy beat, or Granson, You could take shots. My biggest problem right now is Minshew's not utilizing the tight ends, right? How many times, I think it was like 12 plays, we ran 13 personnel. 12 plays, that's a third of the plays that we had, right? Or a fourth, where we had 3 tight ends on the field. 3 tight ends. Didn't throw very many to them. They were in to block a lot because of the run game. Why aren't we utilizing our tight ends in a proper way? Right? We have good receiving tight ends. I don't understand it. Yeah, but we can't take any game, for granted, right? Because this is Bill Belichick, and we've had history with the Patriots, so I'm not worried about it. Commentators stop with the blitz talk and the manner in which they do. Look, Look, I didn't say I wanted to be a top blitzing team. I want to be a middle of the pack blitzing team, right? Look, I want to be one of those teams where offenses have to guess if you're sending a blitz or not. You know, that's the thing. That's the big deal right there. Right? I don't want to be at the top or the bottom of the blitz percentage. I want to be more in the middle. That's where your good teams are. They know how to mix it up well. So, it's one of those stats where you really do want to be middle of the pack on. You know what I mean? What do you mean, did we lose the stream? I'm right here. I'm talking to you. Yeah. Woods is hurt, dude. We all know Woods had a what was it, a quad tear, right? Something like that. Yeah. On IR. It's a tear. Right? It wasn't a strain, it was a tear. And I said it back when it happened, when people were like, oh, he's gonna go on IR and be back in 4 weeks. No, he's not. It's a tear. A muscle tear in a major muscle is not something that's going to heal in 4 weeks. You know, I mean, it just isn't. I've said that from the get-go, but everybody's like, well, IR is only 4. No, IR is you have a chance to come back. That's the earliest you can come back. Here's the thing about, you can blitz in zone. Bradley does it a lot. You can blitz in a zone. Now your defensive backs, linebackers, and safeties have to cover a little bit bigger area if you blitz, say, 5-man rather than, send your traditional 4. But you can bring your safeties down, condense it. And as long as somebody gets home to force the throw, you don't have to worry about the deep shot. Right? That's why you can bring the safety down. I'm not saying go cover 0, right? Where you have 0 help over the top. But, you can kind of sneak down a little bit and watch for that. So you can blitz in zone. That is 150% right there. Don't put yourself in a position where the referees can affect the game. Now, the sad thing is, the majority of every game, the majority of games in the NFL, that means over 50% of games in the NFL are won by 1 score or less, where in which referees can affect it. So 50%, over 50% chance. So that's sad, but it is what it is, right? In a situation where you should beat a team, put yourself in a position where you don't. Make sure your 2 scores are higher, right? I understand that fully, 100%. Tampa wish they didn't play bend but don't break football last week. A lot of teams do. Look, if you're up 3 scores, I don't mind playing bend but don't break, but don't play super, super soft, right? Protect your deeps with your safeties, but play close enough. Look, you can have your corners and linebackers play tight and just keep your safeties deep. All right. If you're playing zone, that's what I would do, right? You could play safe to prevent the deep shot and yet still play tighter in zone. And I would rather do that. Now, granted, that's going to open up big ass windows down the middle of the field between the hash marks. Not going to lie. So that is an issue. But still, I mean, come on. Uh, I haven't looked. I haven't done my preview, so I haven't really looked at their defense. So I haven't watched a lot of games from the Patriots, so I don't know. And you're 100% true. That is 100% true. Eagles do have a great front four. And the Niners, the Niners have a damn good edge rusher, right? Generally, teams that don't blitz a lot have good rushers, just damn good rushers. Eagles have good rushers. Niners have good rushers, right? So, I mean, the Lions, they have good rusher. Oh my goodness, that dude on the end is nasty. All right. That's the question I've been asking for weeks now, Daniel. The question I've been asking for weeks is why we are utilizing them in the run game for blocking and in the pass game for blocking. But even when we have 3 tight end sets, man, we're only 1 tight end goes out and 2 stay in for blocking most of the time. You know, we'll run a lot of 12 personnel. Ran a crap ton. We had more plays last week with 12 or 13 personnel than we did 11. All right. Which means we had 2 or 3 tight ends on the field the majority of the game. And tight ends were open a lot, but they just weren't thrown to. Yep. That's it right there. That's it right there. It should be on a local channel, Kurt. It should be on a local channel if you live around Indy. But obviously, I'll have the game up on my Discord also. So just letting you know that too. Looks like I'm not going to have anybody in here from Patreon today. That's weird. Usually Matt and Doc. Now I already got a hold. Had a couple people get a hold of me and told me that they weren't going to make it today. So it is. Freeland. Oh no. What? Ryman has been a freaking stud this year. Freeland has had all kind of issues, like all kind of issues. Okay, his Freeland's run blocking and pass block. Well, I'll tell you what, Freeland's pass blocking has been awful this year, awful. Okay, and Ryman has been absolute studly this year. I think Ryman might have the best freaking Ryman and I think Ryman has the best blocking score of all the Colts. Well, when you said of this season is what I saw. Okay, you're saying rookie season. Well, to be fair, Freeland's played a lot more than Ryman did in his rookie season at this point in the season, right? I think he played 2 games. Ryman played 2 games in his first 8, if I remember correctly, maybe 3, right? Because Pryor was out there at first. Then they put Ryman in, and then they moved him out and put somebody, and I think they put Pryor back in. They did all kind of crazy stuff. And then Ryman went in when Saturday came in as the interim head coach. He said, Ryman's staying at left tackle. He's going to be there the rest of the year, which helped him out a ton. Where Freeland, because of Braden Smith's injuries, has been on the field quite a bit, which has helped him out a lot. Plus, with Ryman being out, he played on the left tackle as well. So that's good. He did a full practice today. Braden Smith had a full practice today. Yeah, I said that earlier too. I don't think Downs or Juju will be there. Downs maybe, because it's the same injury he was dealing with last week. I think he just aggravated it a little bit, and they took him out to make sure. But and just because they had did not practice today, it was a walkthrough, basically. So it was a rest anyhow time. So we'll see. But yeah. This week, like I said, there's a darn good chance that we'll have our entire starting offensive line. But yeah, Freeland's coming along. He still has his problems. He's still the weak link on the offensive line. But when your weak link is serviceable, that's actually a good thing. When you're, it's like back when Glowinski was our weak link, but he was serviceable, right? Right now, Freeland is definitely the weak link, or has been the weak link, but he's still been serviceable, which is good for a rookie tackle, as you say. Darn good, especially where he was drafted. I mean, come on, right? Oh, your savior, Tony Brown. Oh my goodness. Oh, God, he is awful. He is so awful. You know who played really good last week? You know who? All of our defensive backs actually played pretty decent last week. Even the safeties, which I was surprised with. Blackman actually, from what I was looking at the film, probably had his best game of the year. Blackman did. He's had some really bad games this year. Blackman has, and so is Thomas. To be fair, Rodney Thomas, but both of them played pretty good this year. Or yes, this past week, not this year. This past week. So, and Baker played a hell of a game. Baker Jr. had a hell of a game. So we'll see what happens. We'll see who plays this week at corner. I mean, it's not like I don't think the Patriots have a lot of great receivers. Hold on. Let me look at the Patriots. Patriots depth chart here. Let's take a look at that. Devontae Parker's injured, so none of him. Oh my God, I forgot they got freaking studs at tight end though. They have Juju Smith-Schuster at wide receiver, Demario Douglas, who's a rookie, Jalen Reagor. But they got Hunter Henry and Mike Gesicki and Pharaoh Brown at tight end. So they got really good tight ends. Our safeties and linebackers are going to have a day. Oh my goodness. So that's going to be tight. Man, which just comes in. His utilization is fine. I'm okay with where he's at. If he plays 70% or so, I'm good with it. That's where a linebacker should be, right around 70, 75, in my opinion, around 75%. So he's a little less than 75% right now, but he's also still coming back to get into the swing of things. So I'm good with it. Leonard, of course, is a player and he's a competitor and he wants to be out there on the field. Everybody wants to play more snaps. It is what it is. Do I think Minshew will be back next year? Probably not. We've already discussed this. Some team, as long as the Colts continue to play adequate with him at quarterback, some team is going to take a shot on him. But we'll see. We'll see. I think there's probably a 30% chance he'll be back with the Colts next year, and but I mean, it's something, right? Oh, we got somebody in here. Just let you know there, Jack, that we are live. I accidentally clicked live and didn't mean to. So raise your hand if you're okay with that. Okay, cool, cool. Live and didn't mean to. So raise your hand if you're okay with that. You got. I'm hearing you on. Yeah, I'm hearing you. I think you got.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what the hell else is running.
You got. You probably. I don't know.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what the hell else is running.
YouTube. You have YouTube going in the background.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me jump over. Let me jump.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
And hang on.
That's the thing. I'm okay. So I don't. You don't have the background noise no more. I'm not saying that they're going to sign him as a starter, but that's what I'm talking about. There's going to be a lot of people wanting to sign him as a backup, for real. If anyone's going to sign him as a starter, it's going to be because their starting quarterback is hurt for the season, like the way the Colts are sitting right now, right? Um, because he is a back end starter in the NFL. I don't think there's 32 quarterbacks in the NFL better than him right now. I'd take Gardner Minshew right now over the quarterback we just played against in with the Panthers, right? I mean, it is what it is. That's just because of his veteran status. Um, but there's going to be a lot of teams out there that want to hire him as a backup, and it'll be a bidding war. And that's why I think the Colts maybe have a 30% chance to keep him. And the reason with that is just because he's already got history with this team and Shane Steichen. So, how are you doing there, bud?
Oh, I'm doing great now. Oh, I did something really crazy, as you can tell. First time in 43 years I've actually seen my face.
Right?
Yeah. I lost a bet, so hey.
Oh, what
I knew a long time ago I should never gamble, but I thought I had this one wrapped up. Yeah, it bit me right. I'm a man of my honor.
So there you go.
I went down and had it zapped off, and everybody likes it, so I just made leave it that way.
Well,
my girlfriend likes it. That's shocked her.
Airing your face out a little bit. There you go.
I have not seen my whole face in 43 years. I've either had a beard or a goatee.
Yeah.
I've always had facial hair. My kids never saw me without it. I had to send them pictures of me the before and then say, "Oh, do you know this guy?" And they said, "Yes." I said, "Now, do you know this guy?" And both of them said the same thing. Oh my God!
Right.
They had never seen me without facial hair. So
Tom will not be making it today. He's got issues. I haven't heard from Matt or Doc. Now Doc might show up. He usually shows up like an hour and a half after we start. I don't know how long we're going to be here. So
yeah. Well, I did want to throw out something because I didn't get to last week. I'm so glad Josh McDaniels got fired. God, man, that made my whole week.
I knew it was going to. I told, what was it, 2 weeks ago in my last NFL show, I was like, in my last NFL show with Donald Thomas, I was like, if the Raiders lose again, he's probably going to get terminated.
Yeah, I've been waiting for it, and it happened, and I was, oh man, talk about dancing on the ceiling.
Right. Yep. We'll probably talk about predictions later, Kurt. I don't really want to talk about predictions quite yet. We usually do predictions, game predictions later. I generally don't give my game prediction for the Colts itself here because I like to hold on to that until I do my release on Thursdays.
Right.
So
keep it close to the vest.
Yep. And to be fair, I haven't looked at a lot of film with the Patriots. I haven't done my study. I still got to do a little bit of that before I record. And I've been busy today with a bunch of different stuff, including breaking down the film. Oh my goodness, I went over the 22 film for the Panthers game probably 3 times already today. Like every play, just went through, cutting different clips out, looking at stuff.
Yeah.
Realizing the execution was not good. That's what it was.
I,
It was execution and conservative decisions by Gardner Minshew.
of course, I didn't get a chance to see any of the game. I saw the highlights on NFL Network after the game. Weren't a hell of a lot of highlights. A couple of Kenny Moores. And of course, when I saw the statistics and everything else, I thought, oh, geez, man, we had 127 yards passing, and it was like, and what I think Pippen had like 82 of those. I'm like, oh God, well, we won, so only because of Kenny Moore and 2 touchdowns.
I mean, Kenny Moore. I mean, the offense scored the same amount as the Panthers did,
Right, exactly.
and Kenny scored more than what the
If
Colts offense
either
and
one of
the
them
Panthers
did,
offense did.
who scored more than the offenses did, period.
Yeah. Good question here by AI Val here. If Braden Smith plays this week, will the tight ends be used as receivers more than just blockers? And you know what? That's a good question.
Yeah,
It'll
really.
be interesting to watch and see if that actually is the case, right? Or if they still keep a tight end. Now, obviously, you want to keep a tight end, in obviously for blockers in the run game, but in the pass game, maybe, if you're reading like, okay, so if you read a blitz, right, and you see 6 guys, you think maybe 6 guys are coming, and you got a tight end there, you're going to want to try to ask, hey, tight end, stay in here to help block.
Right.
Is what it is. But we'll see. We'll see if the tight ends are used a little bit more. That'd be good. I'll tell you what, Paul here says with the secondary the way it is, I think if we get 3 more wins, it'll be an achievement. That's 7 wins. That's right smack in the middle of my 6-9 that I started the season off with. So that was my prediction, 6-9 wins. Most people did not expect 7 or more wins this year, I don't think, for the most part, because of how young and everything new for the Colts. So to get 7 wins, I'll take it. I'll take that.
Right. I've not been impressed with the defense. I haven't been impressed much with any of it, but the defense is, to me, is just like holding mackerel. They don't seem, from what I've seen, they don't seem consistent. They can't stop, and it depends upon the game. It's like against the Saints, man. They couldn't, they couldn't stop, get themselves out of a paper bag. It was just disgusting the way the Hill and the rest of them just ran all over them and just did whatever they wanted to do. And the defense was like, oh, gee, isn't that interesting?
So the Colts right now are giving up 4 yards a carry. In the NFL, that's about dead center.
Yeah.
Run yards per carry.
Look at the points they're giving up.
Yeah, we're giving up a crap ton of points.
Yeah. Last I heard, we lead the league in points given out.
But we are top 10 in offense, damn near it all the way around. Passing, I think, is 11th. Rushing is 8th. And I think we're 9th overall. Plus, scoring is up there in top 10 as well.
Still the only team that scored 20 points or more a game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's something. But when it's kind of like when the defense is like last year, is like, oh, gee, we get 33 points ahead, still lose.
Right.
I mean, it's
Exactly.
like all of a sudden the defense can't play. They can't play. They forget how to play or something. It's just like it's aggravating. And I know we've got young guys back there in the back, and like I said, we really didn't expect a whole lot this season. So I try to just take everything with a grain of salt right now. I hate the fact that we lost Richardson for the year, and he's losing out. His chance to get this experience right now.
Alex getting separation like crazy, by the way. Sorry about interrupting you, but Alec, every time I look at the film, Alec Pierce is putting people on skates on his break when he makes breaks. It's ridiculous. Majority of the time, he's getting separation. But sorry, go ahead. I don't know if you were finished.
Don't interrupt an old man. He forgets his train of thought. Where was I?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
I'm an old man too. Remember? I'll tell you what. We'll just keep going. Swaggy's in here. This team will only go so far with Minshew. Yes, but
Uh,
at least we can get some wins with him, right?
uh,
We were only going to go so far with Anthony Richardson this season, anyhow,
right.
because he's a rookie and he still has a lot to learn.
Yeah.
He was higher on that learning curve than a lot of us thought, but he was still on that learning curve, right?
Absolutely. Oh yeah. You got to give him a couple of years on that learning curve.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, yeah, he was definitely ahead of where we thought he would be. But I mean, it's just until they get out and get the reps, and it doesn't. I mean, Peyton Manning came in as the greatest quarterback on the planet out of college, and in his first year he sucked.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
he still holds a record for rookie interceptions. You can't
Hmm.
get that one to go away. The next year was a totally different story. But by then he had the year experience under his belt, plus his training camps and all that kind of stuff. So, and the fact that he was already a mental guru as far as football was concerned.
So Alec Pierce is running mid to deep routes consistently, and Gardner Minshew is not throwing those routes very often. Last game, he was like I talked about when I was looking at the film. There were multiple times where had Minshew just waited a half a second to a second longer before throwing the football, Alec Pierce has been wide open for a deep shot, right? But instead, almost as soon as the ball snaps, he's throwing the football, right? Whether or not he's got a good pocket or not, most of the time he had a good pocket, and he's just immediately getting rid of the ball for a 3 to 5 yard pass, right? Gardner's taking these quick, high percentage shots rather than taking deep shots. So that's a problem. So, uh, but well, with the Manning interception record again, um, look, Manning threw the ball a damn lot.
Yeah, he did.
Right? He threw the ball a lot his rookie season, and we didn't need to because I mean, he Manning always
Man,
had running backs.
bullshit, dude.
Manning always
Sorry.
had running backs, right? So, uh, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Um, well, you know what, Trey? Let's defense and special teams. They score points occasionally too, and you can't rely on the offense to win every stinking game, right? It
Right.
is what it is. So,
It's a team game.
yeah, it is a team game. Defense has to win games occasionally. This past week, the defense showed up and won that game.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like to get the special teams to contribute.
that would be amazing,
Yeah.
wouldn't
I mean, the field goal kicking is pretty good.
it? Yeah,
Punter's not too bad as far as that's concerned. I
we
think some
can't
of the
cover
coverage,
nobody.
yeah, some of the coverage is a little terrible.
Yeah,
You know, find a way to kick them out of bounds all the time. You can't do it on kickoffs. But,
hmm exactly, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. Uh, there's just some things, and then of course, our cornerback situation. We're incredibly
Yeah,
thin because of injuries and all that other neat stuff.
yeah, we were getting hurt
I
with.
mean, we did what. Look, Ballard did what he could at the time. Should he have signed a veteran after Dallas went down with a season-ending injury? Probably. I think he probably should have. Did he? No. All right. Juju's now out. For a while. Has been out. Do you put some? Do you sign someone? Well, we worked some people out, but maybe they're like right now it's not going to be as beneficial to the team to sign a veteran because they're not. What level are these veterans at?
Right.
That's the big question. Are they going to be at a level so high that going into a different scheme and learning a different scheme that they're still going to be better than the starters that we have out there right now? That's where they're kind of, leveling that out with.
Right.
I do agree that we should still go after cornerbacks this offseason. Um, yes, we're young, got a lot of youth at corner, but I think we need to go after cornerbacks, whether it's, if we go after a rookie. If we go after a rookie, it's going to be a first or second rounder, without question, in my opinion.
Right.
If we go after a veteran, it's got to be someone that understands the system that we're playing. And Here's the deal. What if we don't keep Gus Bradley after this year, right? What if we sign a veteran for our zone defense, a veteran that understands zone defense,
Right.
and then we get rid of Gus Bradley and get someone who loves to blitz and play man coverage? You know,
Yeah.
that's another issue, right? Now we got to completely redo a lot of our, you know, defense personnel wise. It just is what it is. So
You think Gus might be on the hot seat, or you think he might leave?
yeah, I think right now I think he's on the hot seat.
Yeah.
For me, I think he's on. I am putting him on the hot seat right now
Okay.
because the problem with I see. Look, I don't have a problem with his scheme. I don't have a problem with his philosophy. I have a problem with him not making the proper adjustments when it's obvious they're needed. That's what I have a problem with.
Right.
Yeah, I want somebody out there that's going to make adjustments in game to how they're covering, how they're calling. Um, and that's just not why I'm not seeing it. Gus is very thick-headed when it comes to his scheme, his style. He doesn't want to change that, and that's fine. But if it's obviously not working,
Right.
you got to try something
Something
different.
different. Right.
Maybe not, permanently for the whole season. I'm just saying for that
That
game,
game.
you know, do something a little bit different.
Do something out of character.
Right, right.
How do you feel about Steichen as far as his play calling and stuff?
I'm okay with his play calling.
All right.
For the most part, I mean, I'd give Steichen a B plus overall as a coach. Uh, Between play calling and handling games and making decisions and things of that nature, I give him a B plus. Not bad for
Yeah,
a
rookie.
rookie,
Yeah.
the rookie head coach, right? Um, like I said last week, offensively, I was breaking down plays, and I was realizing I actually liked the plays that were called. They just weren't executed properly,
Yeah.
or wrong decisions were made in that execution, right? So, and you'll see that in the film when I break it down.
Yeah. Because it's classic. The coach can't run the play or you know run the play on the field. He's got just, hey guys, this is a play we're going to run, and go out and do
Right.
it right. You know, let's try that. I was kind of at first I was getting a little aggravated, I think, with the play calling, but I was like you, after kind of seeing what was going on and stuff. It's like, well, actually, he's calling plays according to the people that he has, and of course it was
Mhm.
different when he had Anthony, and
Hmm.
and uh, it's if poor Garner could just get, I don't know, just a little bit more consistent, just a little bit, wouldn't have to be much,
Yeah.
you know. Uh,
I think our first pick in the draft, let's say we pick top 15, it needs to be a cornerback or an edge rusher.
edge rusher.
If there is a blue chip edge rusher, you go get his ass. Period.
Uh,
All right. Because you're not getting a top end edge rusher outside of the top 15. They are too easily seen and
right.
they are grabbed up within the top 15.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Like you can get corners later in the draft, second, third, fourth round. You can get wide receivers, second, third, fourth round. You can get all these guys, later rounds. Edge rushers and offensive tackles
Yeah.
are you're guaranteed. If you want one, or cornerbacks,
Yeah.
like corners. Corners are also noticed, the high end guys, right?
Right.
Those are all top 15 picks guaranteed. They're always gone by then. And there's usually only two,
Right.
maybe
One or
three
two.
at the most,
Right.
right? In each draft. So,
Yeah.
but that's what I would hope for. Give our defense a little help, right? Get us a good edge rusher or a damn good corner. And it's really, at that point it's who's going to have the bigger effect at the time. Do you have more faith that the cornerback will be better than the edge rusher? career wise, grab the
Right.
corner. If you feel like the edge rusher that's available to you at your pick is someone that's going to have a lot lasting effect, like a Dwight Freeney type guy, go get him. A Dwight Freeney, T.J. Watt, Chubb, any one of those
Yeah.
kind of guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't like talking about the draft, um, especially during the season,
Yeah. Especially
because
far
we
away.
don't know where we're picking yet. I'm
Right.
just saying off the top right now from what I see, that's that's what I generally that's a general rule of thumb in my opinion. The three guys, the three positions that you grab blue chips in the top 15 are those three positions. Period. End of story. Obviously, quarterback generally are top 15 too, but I don't think the Colts are in the market for one of those.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
uh, I I think, look, I will say this. There has been, I think Alec Pierce has more effect on games than people think he does. Well, there been like four pass interferences of 30 yards or more that he has collected because he's burnt somebody and they grabbed and pulled him down,
Yeah.
like grabbed him. They, you know, uh,
It's a big play.
that's nuts. That's nuts.
Yeah.
And he don't even get passed to very often deep down the field. And he's already got that many, right? So I'm I'm thinking Anthony Richardson would throw to Alec Pierce down the field. With Anthony Richardson at quarterback, I think Alec Pierce would get a lot more targets, right?
Especially the deep shot. Yeah.
Yeah, from the deep
Definitely.
shots.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Without a
definitely.
doubt. To me, without a doubt. Yeah. They
Hmm.
are.
Yeah, Gardner just doesn't have the arm talent to do
Right.
that, right? And right now, I don't think Gardner has the self confidence to do that, right? I'm thinking his self confidence for deep shots are is rattled right now because of that 2 week span where he had eight interception or eight turnovers. I think his confidence is shot, and that's why the last couple games you're seeing him just take these little short 3 to 5 yard passes and screen passes and stuff like that a lot. So
Get the ball
yeah,
out. Get the
yeah.
ball out.
I think Alec Pierce is actually playing his ass off out there. He's just not getting targets because Gardner's afraid to hold the ball a half a second longer
Yeah.
for the routes that Alec Pierce throws. But I'll tell you what, Alec Pierce is not letting that affect how he plays on the field because in the run game and during the pass game, if the ball's not thrown to him, he's out there blocking his ass off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even in the I see Matt. Hold on. Even in the run game, Alec Pierce might be our best. He might be a better run blocker than Michael Pittman Jr. Okay,
Right.
Alec
Right.
Pierce is a stud at run blocking out on the edge. But uh, Paul, yeah, you're agreed. Uh, what's going on, Matt? How you doing, bud?
There we go.
Yeah.
Little technical difficulty. How y'all doing? There we go. I'm
We're just
on.
sitting
I'm
here
good.
chilling. We're
Yep.
sitting here chilling and talking, man.
Sh- shooting the proverbial
Yeah,
dung
we
out of the
are.
air.
Yeah, we are live. I accidentally clicked lives just to let you
Well,
know.
I'm glad I said what I said.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
uh,
good. We're live. Yeah, I wasn't
yeah.
sure. That's why
I didn't mean to click live, but unfortunately we are. So I'm just
well,
informing
I'm
you.
glad I'm keeping it clean tonight.
Yeah, as long as it's PG-13, it don't have to be G. It don't
Yeah.
have to be PG, but
Even
PG-13
though
please.
yeah.
But um, this weekend, both our teams coming together to play in Germany. I
Oh,
like the
absolutely.
idea
I
that we're
wanted to get
playing.
on for this one. I want to get on for this one because I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna be on to watch it. I'll be on Discord.
Okay, awesome, awesome.
I'll try to be on. Let's put it that way. I'm gonna have the alarm clock on. Apple's pretty good about that.
I accidentally let everybody sneak in, Paul. I clicked public. I thought I clicked unlisted,
Yeah,
and I clicked public instead. I didn't
he's
mean
just
to,
heading on $5.
but it is what it is. You know, here's the deal. Here's the deal. I do this once a month anyhow, so this is your monthly one, right? Oh, Paul here giving his dues, $5. Appreciate you, bud. There you go.
Paul,
Once a
spin
month,
the
I
Discord?
give. Once a month, I let my Patreon streams go live, public on YouTube, just to show everybody what Patreon streams are like. So in case they want to come in and join Patreon, Paul, you should have just joined Patreon instead
You
of.
just join Patreon, and that's
Yeah.
your $5. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. You should
You
just
click
join
on any
Patreon.
of my other videos. Any of my other videos, except this one, because I didn't expect this to be public. So,
Yep.
why would I
Plus, you
put
get
the Patreon
extra
link on a Patreon only stream?
Plus, you get extra stuff.
Yeah,
you get extra stuff.
You get
from,
all kinds
Lawrence.
of stuff, and you get it for a month. Yeah, it's only $5. So yeah, it's a privilege to know me. Oh, that's a good one, Caleb. Oh. Now, here's the deal: the Vikings ain't got no pass rushers.
That's true.
They gave away all their pass rushers.
They gave them away, man.
That's why they
now they got secondary, but now they got no pass rushers.
Yeah, and
they do have a coordinator though. They do have a defensive coordinator, which is keeping them in the games.
Well, I mean, they're blitzing like 60% of the time. It's like a landslide between them and the next highest team.
Yeah, well, that's the reason. That's the reason is because he knows that they need to blitz.
Yeah, it's just nuts.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, look. No. Look, the Colts sack wise is fine, but you got to help the secondary. All right,
yeah,
that's the issue. You got to help the secondary, and you can't. You know, when the secondary is depleted, they're not playing very well, and they're having issues covering somebody. Then he's got to make decisions, in-game decisions, to fix that kind of stuff.
I'm not talking about my Patriots.
The Colts. Look, they have one of the worst pressure rates in the NFL, but they're high.
Not this week. Not this week. This week's going to be a little bit. My left tackle's probably out this week.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
Trent Brown's gone. Devontae's gone.
Yes.
CJ Jack.
You got a lot of. You got. Gone. Yep.
Mm-hmm. JC Jackson ain't even traveling. So.
Yeah, and then you got. Let's not even look at the receivers. I mean, the receiving core is depleted.
Yeah. We talked about that a little bit already.
Okay.
But I mean, you still got 3 good tight ends. So.
Oh no. Yeah, we got a great tight end core. We got Pharaoh Brown. We got. I think he's been doing phenomenal for coming out of Oregon and going straight into the NFL and doing phenomenal. Henry's been doing good, but I think what's his name from Miami's just. I mean, he's had a couple great catches, but that's about it.
Which is funny because Gesicki, in my opinion, is a top 5 tight end in the league.
Oh, I agree with you. I just don't know if is it the quarterback or is it the scheme? Is it him coming over from Miami to this and just he's not picking it up right away and next year he'll be fine, but he's only on a 1-year contract. Sometimes people just have a problem picking up the Patriots offense. I mean, it just happens.
Yep. It's autumn here in Indiana. I'm not in Indy itself, but I am in Indiana. I'm about 60 miles north. It's autumn. Leaves are falling. It's generally in the 50s.
It's the beginning of fall in Florida.
Nice. It's beautiful weather out here in Indiana at this point in time. Right.
It's not hot here.
It's beautiful as long as I'm inside my house.
We don't have to keep the AC on right now.
Mine's on.
that much. I mean, it's on, but it's not on. Like it's not powering all the time. You know.
I had to turn mine on about 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Should be able to turn it off tonight. We're supposed to start getting rain again. We're supposed to be down to 60s the next few nights, next few days rather. Again, so I had to cut my yard real quick today before the rain hits. Maybe it'd be the last time I ever have to do it. I hope.
Yeah, I know.
Actually,
That's
I think today it got close to 70 degrees. Last week it snowed. Like the day before Halloween. I remember the day before Halloween it was flurrying outside.
Yeah, that's what it's 72 right now, and it's not. And he's like, it almost got to 70.
Right. Well, hold on. I'll tell you, it is 68 degrees right now, and
that's kind of warm for up there. Right?
It's supposed to hit 74 tomorrow.
You guys got a cold front coming down though,
Yeah. But yeah, it's supposed to hit 74 tomorrow. Right now. So it's nice. But I am pretty happy so far.
We are
overall.
Supposed to start at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. I don't know how much I'm going to be doing. I don't know when my next Believe in Colt, my preview stream will come out because I don't know. Donald, his work takes him in and out a lot. I think he goes to Georgia and then Florida tomorrow on the same day. He has to go to Georgia, then Florida to talk to
same day
college players.
Okay.
Yeah. He travels a lot with his new job. So I try to work with his schedule to try to get it to where we can get our recordings in.
Well, if it's like Georgia, if he's going to like Georgia and then South Florida, I mean that is a haul. I mean, yeah, but if he's like going to like just like northern Florida, that's not much of a haul, you know.
That's a good question. Is the Germany field inside or outside? It should be outside. I would think it's probably a soccer field, right?
It's outside. It's outside. It's in Frankfurt.
Yeah.
The Chiefs played the other day.
Yeah.
They played the I think it's the same field the Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs played on. I believe it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one in Frankfurt. Who's the home team?
I believe it's the Patriots.
I'll tell you in just a second, just to be sure.
They'll have it all decked out in Patriot garb then.
Patriots are home team.
Yeah, because our Germany is our local area now.
Which is weird because I'll guarantee you we have more Germans on our team than you do.
Like we used to have three of them. We used to have 3 of them.
I didn't say used to. I said current.
As of a couple, McDaniels stole them all.
We have Germans on our starting left tackles from Germany.
Yeah,
he didn't even play. He didn't even start playing football until his sophomore season or junior season in college. Yeah.
Yeah, but our fullback came from Germany. Our fullback came from Germany.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Now ours too. Yeah. We got
listen to him talk.
We got a lot of African guys from Africa. Oh my goodness. I think we've got 9 people from Africa. And most of them, if I remember right, are on defense. So
crazy world.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy world.
Alubi, Ibukam, Quiddy Pay, guys like that. Yeah. But and Adam Mawarwe or whatever his name, I can't pronounce it because I'm American.
I can't pronounce alphabet soup.
Yeah. I can't pronounce non-American names very well.
We need what's his name from over on Deer Patch Nation. What's his name from Germany?
I have no idea.
You don't remember him on live?
One of the two main hosts.
No. He used to come in. He's over in Germany. He was a nurse over in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to always be black. He used to always be black in
Yeah.
his thing, and he would be like
Yeah,
4 in the
he
morning,
was,
and he'd have to leave.
He was a
4 or 5 in
Patreon
the morning.
supporter of mine for a while.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
real cool guy.
I do believe the Colts are wearing their midnights as well. The new outfits in Germany. The midnight,
cool.
The midnight with the
Okay.
black helmet.
All right.
So
Puke. Ugh.
I don't know. I didn't
Maybe
think they looked
we're
that
throwing
bad
back.
on the field. I didn't.
Maybe we're throwing back. So if we lose, it won't be that bad.
We disagree a little bit. At the same time, the reason I like them is because it's an alternate jersey, right? Do I like our traditional?
Is that the one you
jersey
played with a couple weeks
and
ago?
logo that we've had forever? Yes, I think that is traditional.
I love the traditional one. I
that.
think it's pimp. I with the white and the blue stripes.
When you have an alternate jersey, it should be alternate. It should be way different, right? This is different, and I think it looks nice.
I can do the stripes on the alternate jersey. At Texas A&M used to wear those kind of stripes on theirs a long time ago. The black helmet I can't tolerate. I cannot tolerate. Black is not in our color scheme.
Black is a neutral color.
Royal blue and white. The black is not
white, black, and gray.
Black is a value. Black is a value, not a color.
It's like there's a lot of teams that don't have white in their team colors, but they still have to wear white jerseys at home or on the road. I mean, right? But because it's a neutral color, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, it's not, but they're not always necessarily white. Some of them are gray. Well, I'm saying gray, black, and white are all neutral. Yeah, well, it used to be, you wore a white jersey away, and you wore your home team colors at home.
Yeah, you wear your team colors at home, different, and then you wear your whites, on the road.
Yeah, but their light jerseys nowadays are not necessarily white anymore. But no, I hate the black helmet does nothing for me at all. And if you're going to do a black helmet like that, put a white horseshoe on the damn thing.
Exactly.
I'm not going to disagree with that. I do I think they should have probably put a white, but I think they were trying to keep a true team color, the Colts blue, on there. And you know what? Black and blue does go together, but it makes you kind of look at it and go, Ravens. Yeah,
I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. Yeah, it gives a Ravens feel.
They could have done a blue helmet with a white horseshoe on it, like they do half of their other crap.
That would have looked good. You're right. You're right. That would have had a more classier look.
So, I mean, because we have a lot of, like the little flags hanging right here on your screen. I mean, blue with the white. Mm-hmm. I used to grouse about that, man. Our teams are not blue with a white horseshoe; it's white with a blue horseshoe. Okay, but hey, I'm old. All right, sorry.
This is what we talk about, Basil. This is Patreon. We just
I love arguing over a good color palette.
Man, we'll go on tangents about all kinds of stuff.
Food, cars.
Wait till we go.
We'll argue over the pizza, man.
Tangent about food. Wait till we go on a tangent on, like I Dream of Jeannie or Bewitched. Right?
Or yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we've done that.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We've had tangents of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So. We just had a tangent at my model club show the other day about I Dream of about Bewitched.
I love Bewitched, man.
Oh,
I don't know about loving Bewitched, but I love Samantha Elizabeth Taylor.
I know. I hated when they changed her out.
She was my early crush when I was a kid.
See, it's always been like you have hardcore Elizabeth or hardcore Barbara, right?
Mhm.
I mean, it's been
Yeah.
that divide for a while,
Much.
ever since. It's either Barbara Eden or Elizabeth Taylor, right? On Bewitched and who likes who more.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. I liked them both, but I just thought Elizabeth was a real hottie. And like I said, I was like 6 years old. It was I was watching them both.
Ask y'all's wives what's for dinner. Oh no, I have to cook, dude. I have to cook. Well, especially with my wife just having the oral surgery last
Oh yeah,
week.
yeah.
But
Did
I
that go well?
generally am the cooking.
Did that go well, by the way?
We're going back on Friday for a checkup. But
Okay, all right.
She's got a lot of bruising and stuff around her jaw. So
Of course,
a
of course.
little worried.
Always information.
And I don't have a wife anymore, so I have a girlfriend, but I don't have a wife.
What are you talking about? You were drinking by the time I Dream of Jeannie came out, Trayless. Hey, you wanted to talk some crap about me earlier, Trayless. I'll do the same. Right
Oh,
now.
I'm ginger all the way.
It is what it is. Oh, give me Marianne all day.
Mm.
I'll take Marianne over Ginger all day.
Yeah,
All
I have to
day.
agree. I have to agree.
Oh.
Ginger was pretty, but there's just something about Mary Ann that just. Hey, look, I'll tell you a show that nobody talks about: Petticoat Junction.
Petticoat.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
The girls that were in that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, there's so many TV shows. Remember
Oh,
last year when I went on
it was
that
chock full
deal
of
of going over old TV series because I was like, man, this new stuff is crap.
Right.
It is.
It was
So
crap.
I was rewatching all kinds of old shows. I think I started off with Robin Williams.
Oh, I knew you were talking about Nanu.
Yeah.
Mork and
Yep.
Mindy.
Mork and Mindy.
Mork and Mindy. Yep.
I started off my little
Oh, I love that.
spree. Then I went to like Benson and a bunch of other old shows that I remembered about growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to love Benson.
Benson was awesome.
The Richard Guillaume was an awesome actor.
That is a question that we have already went through, like I think last year. But we can do it again.
We can do it again. But it's like, man,
classic show. And
you can't put a finger on what is actually the best because everybody has their own personal opinion on what is the best.
Well, that's the question is, what's your favorite? Is what I'm wondering.
What's your favorite?
What's your favorite classic TV show?
My problem is there's more than one.
Exactly. There's that key too. We had a bunch of them. I watched so many TV shows back then. Jeez.
Because back then you started to have. That's when they started having genres. That cop shows, they had private eye shows,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of stuff. So you had a lot of Mannix and Cannon and Rockford Files, and all those.
Right.
And you had Hawaii Five-0 and
I love Hawaii Five-0.
I did too. Jack Lord and
that was the original. I hate this new Hawaii Five-0 that's out there. Why do you want to redo a classic?
I've never seen it. Yeah, Sanford. There you go.
I didn't watch it either.
All in the Family, just they couldn't put All in the Family on anymore.
I was stuck watching
Wild West. Yep.
I was stuck watching, and this is because of my parents growing up. Little House.
Yep, I watched Little House.
Bonanza.
Yep.
Okay.
The Rifleman.
Yep.
Highway to Heaven.
Okay.
Mainly because Little House, Bonanza, Highway to Heaven.
It was all at the same time. It
was all the same actor.
Yeah, true.
See now look, Gardaki's bringing up like area. Not everybody on here is going to know who Bozo the Clown was.
I know who Bozo is.
I know who Bozo is. I have no idea what picture pages are though.
But
I've
Bozo the
heard.
Clown,
I never
absolutely.
really watched it, but I know what Picture Pages is.
The Bozo Knight Rider. Yes, Knight Rider.
Oh, I love me some Knight Rider.
then we got
goofball.
Magnum
he's talking
PI. I
about-
watched TJ Hooker. Of course, Miami Vice. I didn't watch Highway to Heaven, but I watched a little of the Golden Girls. I never was an avid viewer.
Oh, I love the Golden Girls.
Yeah, I did too. I
watched
did
the
too, but
hell out
I
of the
didn't
Golden
watch
Girls.
every episode.
I didn't get into the Golden Girls until later on in life, and then
Right.
It's just hilarious.
Yeah, I love the show. I love the show, but I never really watched every episode.
TJ Hooker was okay.
Hmm.
The chick on there was pretty. It always jumps the ratings up. You know?
I mean, yeah.
Never hurts.
Three's Company was okay, Kurt. I didn't mind.
Yeah. Three's Company. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They were just kind of fun shows, a little silly
Yeah.
and just
Absolutely.
Correct.
because it was just a comedy for crap's sake, man. Let's get some laughs.
I mean,
going.
you got to watch.
Well, if you want to,
Yeah.
if you want to talk about a comedy, man, MASH is one of my favorite for comedies.
MASH.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another show I had to watch a lot because.
Yeah, every week I watch MASH.
Yeah, they down. And every once in a while they pull a real serious one on you, and you were almost crying by the time the thing was over.
Oh, heck yeah.
Just,
I didn't have any posters on my wall. I never had any. I couldn't afford posters. I never had any posters. I don't even know who Boo Arthur, whoever that is. I don't even know who that is. The Cosby Show. Yes.
Oh, Cosby. Yes, I watched the Cosby Show. Hmm.
Cosby Show was absolutely
Every week.
But
funny.
once was a story about a man named Jed.
Poor Mountaineer.
Everybody watched that show, didn't they?
Everybody knows the theme song to that one, man.
Come on, everybody knows the Beverly Hillbillies.
Hmm.
Oil, that is. Black gold. Texas
tea.
Yeah.
So they loaded up the truck.
Oh,
and
Bay
then-
Arthur is the Golden Girl. Okay.
B. Arthur. Yeah.
B. Arthur.
Yeah.
Okay.
B. Arthur.
That's her name, B. Arthur. Is that the old the one that played the oldest, but she was actually the youngest on the show?
Yes.
No. B. Arthur was actually.
Oh, she's the middle one. She's the middle one. Yes, she's the middle one.
The tall
The
tall one. She's the tall one.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the tall one.
Who was the girl that played the mom, but she was actually the youngest woman on the set?
Oh, man.
Jeez. Yeah.
I'd have to look that up, Lawrence. I really would. I'd have to look that up.
Oh.
Estelle Getty.
Yeah.
Estelle Getty.
Estelle Getty. Yeah.
Estelle Getty. Okay.
Yeah. B. Arthur also played Maude, which was a spinoff from All in the Family.
Right.
I never watched Bill Nye growing up.
Bill Nye, the Science Guy.
Never watched it.
I didn't either.
But and then of course you had two TV shows that were bouncing off of each other: the Addams Family and the Munsters.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
Man, classic TV is so much better than today's TV.
It is. It is.
I mean, I understand that we have better production and all, but man, I'll tell
The
you
writing. The writing is so much better back then.
Yes, it was the writing. It was so much better. It's like, screw it, they just did a good job back then. They were more work. They didn't have the 3D effects and the production, all this.
Right. It was more about the actors and the
they
writing.
had to keep you entertained in a more classic way.
Right.
And it was a lot more cutting edge in a lot of ways. I'm not saying, but I mean, All in the Family, you couldn't put All in the Family on now.
No.
They'd throw your freaking ass out the door.
They would. Alf. Of course I watched Alf. Everybody watched.
Yeah, we all watched Alf.
Alf and Married with Children. I mean, come on.
Oh, Married with Children. Yeah.
Poor Al.
Lot of good sci-fi in the late 80s and early 90s.
Yes.
A lot of good sci-fi.
Yeah, it just seemed to see. It was funny to see Paul Cartwright on a starship, Battlestar in that case.
he played in a lot of different sci-fi actually. Paul Cartwright did.
Yeah, Lord.
Lorne Green, yeah.
Yeah.
hmm the only reason I know Lorne's first name is because I actually there's a guy who owns like a bunch of farmland in my area that I used to go. I think he's gone now, but he owned like 400 and some acres of farmland that he rented out to farmers, right?
Okay.
And I used to go with my dad. His name was Don Green, and we would go out and clear out the drainage ditches, like with a chainsaw, cut all the trees down and stuff like that, so we keep them clear, so that because they had to be clear, otherwise it would mess up the farmland real bad. So
right, a lot of poplar coming in.
Yeah, he paid us good money to do it too. So, best sci-fi show ever, in your opinion, Daniel, is X-Files.
X-Files, absolutely. I watched the entire series. Yes, I love X-Files.
I watched the X-Files and the movies. Sci-fi is
it's particular about what kind of science fiction you like. But
Yeah.
I did like X-Files. I was a big X-Files guy. I also like if you get more in the 90s, I did like also like God, it's
Not yet.
my brain is not firing.
I didn't like The Expanse, Trayless. I watched like the first season and I was like, done. I did watch some of it though, just to give it a shot. But
Dukes of Hazzard, yeah. As long as it was Daisy Duke, who cared?
Oh, Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, you had to get into the Dukes of Hazzard from the start, because it's like if you started out in the middle, you didn't. I don't know if you got the Dukes of Hazzard.
Supernatural is my favorite TV show of all time, but I don't know if you classify that as sci-fi.
Correct.
It's more
it's like
natural.
Right.
It's supernatural. It's not, it's literally in the title. It's not necessarily science fiction, right? But it was great though. I loved it. Definitely my favorite show of all time. I've watched every episode probably 6 times, and there's 14 seasons.
Damn, wonder where I've been.
22 episodes a season. Hour-long show.
When did that show come on?
David
Or
Fincher.
come out? Or
Hmm?
when did that show run?
I know what
it just ended like 4 years ago.
Oh, no wonder I didn't see it.
one of my favorites was Twin Peaks.
I never heard of it.
WKRP in Cincinnati. Yes, I watched that. I remember that.
So I like Twin Peaks, but that was science fiction. But you had to like that genre of writing. If you didn't like the show, you didn't like it. Either liked it or you didn't.
I don't know. There's a lot of. I don't think I've ever watched Twin Peaks. I tried to watch. There's a few different ones that I've watched that I tried to get into and just wasn't into. But some I did, some I didn't. Obviously, I watched everything Star Wars and everything Star Trek, just because. I can't be called a Trekkie or a Star Wars guy because I watch them both. So,
Right? Yeah. I do the same thing. Lawrence. I do both of them. But man, I'll tell you what. They're both those things are taking a nosedive now.
Oh, Back to the Future is freaking amazing.
Oh, it is. It is. Back to the Future is awesome.
I would have to say I was a Trekkie because after the first three movies of Star Wars, I said, "To hell with this." You go from episode 4 to 8 to 12, and then you want to go back to the first one. No, no, just give it up, man. Give
Well,
it
to
up.
be fair, I watched Star Wars before I saw Star Trek. So
I did too. I saw it in the theater.
yeah, I saw Star Wars.
Speaking
I
of movies,
saw the first three Star Wars movies,
well, I guess
mainly because it came out. The first one came out, I think, on the year I was born in '76.
77 now.
I'll
So
tell you. I'll tell you something. I thought the Wrath of Khan was one of the best
Absolutely.
battle scenes in the for.
The track.
Yeah, the Wrath of Khan is one of the best battle scenes in space.
The reason I like the Wrath of Khan of the movie is the fact that you could literally tie it to the TV show because
Correct. The story and everything. The story and everything. Yes.
They shoved him out on the
Yep.
planet.
Reacher is a damn good TV series. They are putting out the second
Yes.
season. I think it's December 5th. I think is when
That
the
is
second
written
season
very well.
starts. That is a very good TV series.
Yes, it is. And they got a good Reacher, even though
Oh yeah,
I do like Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was not a good Reacher compared to the book.
No, the guy they got for Reacher is the same guy who played what's his name? Not Falcon. He was in the TV the Robin TV series.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah. And he plays a better Reacher according to the book.
Yeah. He actually put on more. I watched a documentary about this new upcoming season with him, and he actually put on 20 more pounds of muscle.
Did he really? Wow.
Yeah, to do this season.
That's good because that's what he's supposed to be a giant, dude. He's supposed to be huge.
Man, I wish they'd bring Sliders back with today's technology and have good actors like they had back then because they had a fantastic cast. Sliders was an amazing sci-fi.
Sci-fi has bailed on a lot of good TV shows, and the ones that are great they bailed on, and the ones that suck they keep. I don't get it with sci-fi, and I see you guys laughing. You guys know what I'm talking about.
But no, have you ever? Okay, Sliders is a '90s TV show from Sci-Fi.
I didn't see that one in particular, so I
go back and look at it. It's got great actors, good writing.
Okay,
damn good series, and they canceled it at a bad time.
Right.
I think it went like 3 or 4 seasons.
Right. No, I know you mean. Their sci-fi gets these good golden shows, and sometimes at least I had this one sci-fi show that Amazon picked up and finished, and I was like, "Thank you."
I'm not a GTA fan. Never have been. I didn't even like GTA when it was, overlooking the city, and you're like running around in the overlook view. The first Grand Theft Auto. I was never a GTA guy.
I've never really played it. Yeah.
Firefly was a good series.
It was a good series.
It was, but
right. I didn't care for the movie because it was like you're just watching the series,
Well, the movie was to try to put an end to the first season.
I get it. But I wish they went. I wish they went and did more seasons of Firefly because they were so good.
I'm about to lose Paul Wilson as a subscriber. I hated Game of Thrones. Hated.
No, I love the series. I hated season 8.
I know you did. I hated Game. I got 20 minutes in and I was like, I'm done. I hate this show. This is stupid. Any show that has to bring in that much TNA.
I know you hated that. I know you did, and I can understand that.
I had the same reason with that. What was that? There was another series that was I think it was HBO or something of that nature that was about.
I'll tell you what, Amazon totally messed up Lord of the Rings. Not Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. What is that? Yeah.
I watched it. It wasn't.
No, they were doing good with it, but they needed to bring in what's her name later on like that into the show. I mean, it's like they weren't following script, they weren't following the books, and they wanted to get more stuff out of it. And there were certain characters. I mean, the black elf. I liked him, and they were like they thought they had the first black elf, and I'm like, dude, have you ever read his books? He's had black elves before in his books. I'm like,
Look, TNA is fine, Paul.
Yeah.
TNA is fine in its own aspect, but it's not something. If it's something that you have to bring to keep someone's attention, then that means that the rest of the story is not very good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how I view it. If you have to try to lure me in with TNA right away, and I'm not just talking about just like PG-13 TNA, because this is Game of Thrones.
With Star Wars,
This is
yeah, I
like
agree with-
wee-wees flying around and everything right off the bat. Little dude walks in the room, having multiple. I'm not even going to get into it on YouTube. I'll get canceled even. But no, I was not very happy with that at all. Yes, it was very, very graphic.
Right,
Yes,
that's the best.
it should have been on Pornhub.
Panthers are doing better than Disney. Everybody's doing better than Disney right now. I'll guarantee you right now.
Except Budweiser.
Oh, but I enjoy the season 2 of
Yeah, Disney rules.
Wheel of Time. I enjoy the Wheel of Time series.
Yes, I
Season 2
am
came
enjoying
out.
that as well, Lawrence. I am enjoying that as well.
I thought that was pretty good. Now I read the books first. I read the books probably about 20 years ago, and well, I started reading the books 20 years ago, and then I finished when the new writer finished out the last 3 books. But that was years ago, and I understand that it's not dead on with the books, so that's fine because it tells you up front that it's based on it. It is not a representation of the books. So as long as they tell me that up front, then I just go with the flow, And I think that that it's a very good series if you take it as its own entity rather than the books. Wheel of Time, but unlike Carnival Row, I'm not a really big. Yeah, I'm not.
I watched
tried to
Carnival
watch
Row.
Carnival Row a little bit, but it's one of those. That's what I'm talking about. Spartacus. Yes, that was the other show, Daniel, that I was talking about. Well,
They had the
in that. Yeah.
TNA. Yeah, it did.
Earlier,
It
when I was
did.
talking about, I think it's HBO or something.
It was.
Yeah,
I think it was HBO. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think it was HBO.
but
It was one of those. It was one of those big. Yeah.
Loki was good.
Was it?
Look,
I have not finished it yet. Is it good? I've heard mixed
okay.
reactions.
I mean, it's still going.
Yeah. I haven't.
Season
I haven't
2
finished.
is like on episode 5. I haven't watched all the episodes.
I haven't watched it
missing
either.
the last one of this season yet, but
Yeah.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
But
Stars. That's it. That's what it was on.
okay, stars. All right.
Yeah, Spartacus.
Ooh-wee.
I
I live on a freaking
I'm
island.
trying to watch some of the newer stuff, but there're just not as many good shows today as there once was back in 60s, 70s, and 80s. Just straight up, there isn't. I mean, back then you turn TV on and only have 3 damn channels and always have something to watch. It is something worthwhile was watching, even if you only had ABC, NBC, and CBS.
Yeah. And they had their nights. They had comedy nights and the
Mhm.
drama nights and the soap opera nights, with Dallas and that kind of stuff. But so you could kind of pick. You kind of pick your nights and stuff. To be honest with you, I've been listening to all this stuff and all these names of these shows and stuff. You guys,
That was a good show.
clue what any of them are. Because I don't watch that
Chernobyl.
television.
I love Chernobyl.
I do not watch that much TV, and I watch even less of it now than I did before. When I came back from Minnesota and they turned my Wi-Fi and my phone back on, I had no video on the cable. I still don't because I never did get it fixed. I don't care. I don't watch television.
I mean, I can't argue with what Shayla says here. When there was only 3 channels, people went outside,
Yeah.
right?
I
Hello.
remember the rabbit ears, and you only had those few channels, and you picked them, and sometimes, or a lot of the times, there was nothing good on all these channels, and then if nothing was good on, you didn't watch anything that night, or you didn't.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking
on my Sony Telecolor.
The Man from Uncle, and
A lot of good sci-fi right
right
here
there.
with Incredible Hulk, Wonder Woman, Knight Rider, Million Dollar Man, and it reminded me of Swamp Thing. I
Yeah.
loved Swamp Thing.
Uh-huh.
I remember the comic book.
There
Yeah.
Don't
you
give
go.
Disney any ideas.
No, they tried to. Didn't they try to bring Swamp Thing back? They did.
I heard they were
bring
trying to
it back
do
a
something
few
with
years
it. I
ago,
heard
and
they were trying to do something with it. That's
They
why I don't give them any
it went
ideas.
like 4 episodes and then got canceled. Yeah, like just a few years ago, they tried to bring Swamp Thing back.
Yeah,
It made
I
like
know.
4 or
No,
5
don't
episodes.
give
and
them
got
any
canceled.
ideas to bring back any shows.
We have Incredible Hulk.
I don't want them to touch the X-Men universe, and I'm hoping Deadpool 3 is going to be good. It's but something tells me it's not.
So the new release of Swamp Thing was awful. That's how bad it was. But because it got canceled like mid-season.
Well, see, and then here, just I don't know. It's been probably 15 years ago. It seemed like every channel you went to was some kind of freaking vampire, Walking Dead kind of crap. Everybody had it on, Which
I watched Walking Dead.
I don't, none of that. I could care less.
Well, it kept AMC going for like 5 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Because it was good. It was good.
Walking Dead.
Channel on something.
Yeah, it was good.
Kind of zombie. What's this with the zombie crap? On and on and on and on.
You had what the next line is. You had zombies were a big thing, vampires were a big thing, werewolves were a
Yep.
thing.
True Blood.
Mummies are next. Mummies are next.
Oh, mummy.
The mummies are the next
Yeah.
big monster thing, probably.
I can't get Godzilla right,
Apple's doing a thing on Godzilla.
I actually enjoy the new Godzilla movies.
Yeah, but there's a TV show. There's a TV show. Apple's doing a TV show on Godzilla.
I watched Godzilla King of the Monsters not long ago, and first of all, Godzilla had one time where he actually sounded like Godzilla. Otherwise, he sounded like some kind of dinosaur. And then they couldn't spell. They could never pronounce Ghidra right. You look at the spelling. You look, and they had. I can't remember the name they called Ghidra, but it was not Ghidra. Ghidra. I grew up the 3-headed monster. I grew up with Ghidra, and they got a same kind of spelling, but they did not pronounce it. I'm going, who the hell are they talking about? I could pick out Rodan and some of the other ones who I hadn't seen in 100 years, but Ghidra was like, you guys can't even pronounce the name right.
Sammy Terry was an Indiana thing. Sammy Terry was an Indiana thing. More universal, I think, was Up All Night on USA.
Yeah, I liked Up All Night.
Yeah.
And Elvira.
Yep. Yep.
That was my TNA. Love me some Elvira.
That was everybody's 70s and 80s TNA.
Yeah, Mystery Science Theater 3000 for those.
Oh, I love that show. Oh, they used to make fun of all the bad shows, and I think they're going to come back after Disney.
There were a couple of little operations that took all the horrendous monster movies from the 50s and just
no doubt.
Parroted the hell out of them.
They did. I used to laugh my ass off watching that.
Man. I always liked it because you'd see the silhouette of the three or four.
The three of them in the screen,
And one of them looked like it was made out of bowling pins. It looked like they took a bowling pin and tried to make a moose. It just I love that show. And there was a Captain something or other was on TBS way back in the day. He was kind of early on to that kind of genre right there. Oh God, I can't think of his name now. Anyway, kind of same kind of thing. You know, showing the old monster movies. That's the only way those old things ever get out of the can. So, you know.
I'm trying to remember.
I love what Pulse.
What was that? I'm trying to remember the classic. There was a classic horror movie. It was Creep Show.
Creep Show.
Creep Show.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. Creep Show was awesome. I mean, everybody did the whole Tales from the Crypt. Creep Show was very similar, but it was. I like Creep Show better than I like Tales from Creep Show. Literally creeped me out. All right, as a kid. All right, the raft was that was scary as hell. All right, so, but I remember Tales from the Crypt too, with the Crypt Keeper.
Better than the Twilight Zone?
Oh no, I don't know.
I love the Twilight Zone, dude. That was some classic stuff right there.
What was the one that Steven Spielberg did? That was like Twilight Zone. That was, huh?
He did the movie.
Oh,
well, I know he did the movie, but he had a TV series.
Yeah, they brought it back for a season or something like that. What was that called?
He had a TV series.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The original one. Yeah, the original one was really good.
Oh, it was
where
amazing.
You went
amazing story. It was amazing
stories.
That's what it was called. Amazing Stories. Yeah. Thank you, Basil.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
phenomenal. That was phenomenal.
Amazing Stories was just wow.
Anybody remember The Outer Limits?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do not adjust your set. Takes 30 minutes. Yeah.
Oh wow. See, guys, this is what Patreon's about. We go on tangents.
Yeah. Yeah, we're talking about football. Let's get on to something fun. Next week,
we'll talk about football for like an hour, and then we're on to something different.
Right. Next week it'll be pizza or something. You know.
Hey, don't get me started. You know how I am.
Right.
Yeah, he might not eaten yet.
Oh no, I ate.
Oh, you ate? Oh, okay.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, good.
And I've got chocolate chip cookies sitting here beside me just in case. So.
Okay, just in case.
I gotta eat here a little bit. I'm trying to get myself into bed earlier than what I have been. Instead of 2:00 in the morning, I'm trying to get in. Like maybe 11.
Yeah, it's pushing 10. I've been on here for almost 2 hours now.
Yeah. Well, I'm only at 9, so.
Let's go ahead and do this week's picks for the NFL before I end it.
Picks.
I am not going to give my pick for the Colts Patriots game because that's my preview show. But tomorrow night we got the Carolina Panthers at the Chicago Bears. What a barn burner!
There's a Thursday night game for you.
Barn burner. Panthers at Bears. Who you guys got?
Bears.
Yeah, they're at Bears.
I'll go with the Bears.
The Bears.
I'll go with the Bears. Sunday morning, 9:30 Eastern. Colts.
Us versus them.
Versus Patriots in Germany.
I'm not going to go against my team, even though I'm going to have to go with Patriots.
I understand that. I don't know how much respect I'd have for you if you didn't. Jack.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna go with the Colts, but every time they play overseas, they seem to lose. But I'm still gonna go with
fair.
Yeah, it is what it is. It'll be what it'll be.
I'm not going to give my answer, but you're going to see some. Everybody's got the Bears winning, by the way, over the Panthers from what I see. And now the Colts.
It's 3.5.
Here we go. The next game. This will be interesting. Cleveland Browns at Baltimore.
Raven.
I'm going to go with the Ravens at home.
Deshaun Watson's supposed to be playing in this game.
Yeah, I still like that Ravens defense is awesome this year.
I'm going to say that the Browns defense is pretty damn good. They just finished a shutout last week, so I'm going to go with the Browns in a close, tight game.
Yeah, they are.
It's going to be a defense. I think it's going to be like a 17-14.
It is. Game. It's not going to be. I don't think that's going to be a high scoring game. I think that's going to be a low scoring game.
Yeah. What you got, Jack?
No, I don't either. No, 17-14. Ravens.
Okay. Ravens. Okay.
The Birds.
We got the Texans heading to Cincinnati to face them Bengals that are on they're on a 5-game win streak.
They are. I'm going with the Bengals at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bengals.
All right.
They are. They're playing really good.
They are.
They are. And
they started off 3 losses, and now they've won 5 straight.
And I think it was the injury. I think it was the injury of the quarterback that was really hurting him. He's now 100%. He's moving around the pocket real well.
Yeah.
So it's Texans at Bengals. I think Bengals win, but I expect this game to clear 60 points total. I do. Because I think the Texans offense has been moving.
Oh yeah,
good.
no, yeah. The Texans are going to play them tough. It's not going to be it's not going to be like the last game with the Bills. You know, or maybe it might. Well, it won't be like they were down. I watched that game with the Bills. They were down like 17 points at one time. I still think the Texans are going to give them Stroud's going to come. I can't say. Stroud is going to show up in this game.
All right, next game.
Passing.
I'm going to talk about next game because this is interesting. We got the 6-2 Jaguars hosting the San Francisco 49ers, who are on a 3-game slide.
Losing streak. Niners.
You think they finally break that slide?
Yeah.
Matt?
Jaguars at home.
Okay. This could go either way depending upon – I'm going to go with Niners, but I think the Jaguars definitely can win this game.
Yeah, especially they're in their house.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm hoping the Niners
everybody in Jacksonville know that?
I'm hoping the Niners win.
I'm hoping the Niners win. I still have to see. They picked up that acquisition, and I still have to see those bookends come and play.
Yep. All right. We got the Saints heading to Minnesota. Both teams 5-4.
I'm gonna take the Saints.
You're taking
the
Saints.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Saints.
If
Cousins is not playing. If Cousins was playing, I'd be definitely on Minnesota.
Yeah, me too. But no, since he's not playing, I'm gonna take the Saints.
All right.
I hate it when every time the Aints play the Vikings, it's always some kind of screwball call.
I'm going with the Aints as well. Green Bay Packers heading to Pittsburgh.
Oh, jeez.
Steelers all day.
I don't see Green Bay scoring 13 points in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. Yeah.
The over/under is 39, but you're going to take the under,
That's pretty sad.
Pittsburgh, as much as I hate to say it.
Yeah.
They're good in their house.
The Titans head to Tampa.
Who's playing quarterback?
Oh,
isn't he hurt? In the Bucks?
Hold on.
I heard
something.
I'll tell you.
I heard something about
that. The Bucks is by one. The Bucks is by one.
Baker's playing.
Baker's playing? Okay.
Yep.
Who's playing for Tennessee? Who started?
What's his name?
Yeah, the rookie.
Will
Levis
Will
playing?
Levis.
from Kentucky.
Okay, well, because I saw a little headline the other day, and I didn't think he was going to start.
I'm
So
still
I didn't
picking
go back and
Tampa.
read it, so I don't know.
I'm still
Anyway.
Tampa's been a pretty tough team this year.
I think Tennessee.
Who'd you pick?
Tennessee.
I got to
Okay.
pick Tennessee.
I'm
I want them to
taking.
lose, but I just
I think the.
But I
Bucks-
hope the Bucks win. I just want to put it on this channel.
Tampa Bay gave that game up to the Texans last week. I got no confidence in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I just don't like how Tampa Bay's playing, but I hope the Bucks win.
First 4:00 game, the Atlanta Falcons head to Arizona.
Oh boy, there's a barn burner. Falcons.
Falcons have been playing good this year.
Oh, this is supposed to be the what's his name's return game.
Yeah, Kyler Murray.
Yeah, Kyler Murray is going to come back and throw 4 picks.
Yeah, probably.
We got the Detroit Lions going to LA to face the Chargers. I actually have to say Chargers because there's a couple LA teams.
No, Detroit.
Detroit.
Yeah, I got Detroit.
They're playing awesome right now, and they're in second place in the NFC right now.
Yeah, sitting at 6-2, right behind
Philly.
the Eagles. Yep,
one game.
NFC East matchup: the Giants go to Dallas. You know you're gonna have to pick them.
I got them boys.
Giants lose.
Giants lose.
Dude, did you see the spread on that game? Come on, man.
What is it? 17 points.
You almost there. It's 16.5.
Yeah, see? Damn,
Dude, that's a spread, man. That's a spread.
I hit it almost dead on.
You almost hit it dead on, man.
Good Lord.
I'd like to see Dallas upset them, though. Or, not mean Giants upset them.
Oh, I would too.
But, all right. Washington take on the Seahawks. I think it's going to be a better game than people think it is going to be.
It is. I think so too because it's in Seattle. Yeah, they're playing in Seattle.
And I'll have to go with a home team, man. Yeah, you're right. I think it should be a good game.
I think that's probably the best game of the 4:00 stretch.
Oh yeah. I agree. That's the best
Game of the week.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
if the Chargers come to play, here it is. If the Chargers come to play against the Lions, that could turn into the best game.
But I think the Commanders Seahawks will be one of those back and forth games.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Sunday Night Football. You got the Jets heading to L.A. Or no, Vegas. They're not L.A. anymore. I should have said Oakland.
Yeah, right. That would have been funny. Yeah.
The Raiders. I got the Jets winning in this game by a landslide.
Yeah.
I got the Jets beating the Raiders by 2 touchdowns or more.
Yeah.
Raiders.
Oh wow!
Upset.
Even with the
actually, yeah, it's a 1 point. It's a 1 point game. It's a 1 point game. I mean, it's Jets by 1, and I've been watching the Jets the last couple games, and it's not been a pretty sight.
Yeah, well, the Raiders haven't been a pretty sight either.
The Jets at least have a defense.
Yeah, they do have.
And the Raiders have a good defense too.
Monday Night Football. The comeback Broncos. That's right. They've won 3 games this season. Yeah. They just had the upset of the freaking year.
Yes.
They just had the upset of the. Yeah. They are riding so high, and now they're going to Buffalo.
They're going to Orchard Park,
where Buffalo just had the worst loss of their season.
I'm going to roll my dice on Buffalo because they're at home, and it is hard to win in Buffalo. It is extremely hard to win in Buffalo.
Blow them out of the water. I think Broncos are riding high. Buffalo's pissed
Mhm.
off. Buffalo.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
right too high in Buffalo.
Yeah.
I've been in Buffalo. It is too hard to win in Buffalo.
Oh, I got the Bills in that by a landslide. Oh my god.
Mhm.
It might be one of those ugly games where,
Well,
because the Broncos ain't got a good
they're gonna go.
defense
They're gonna
right
go out
now.
and play to a tie.
Their defense is not good right now. And man, I'm telling you, Buffalo's going to light that defense up like nobody's business. Oh,
Oh, the offense, yes. Kincaid and they ain't got no secondary. Like, I mean, they got some secondary, but they don't have a secondary to cover all of those guys.
no.
Yeah.
All right. That's our week's picks. That's our week's picks. That's how we generally finish our Patreon live streams. Guys, don't forget, you can join Patreon. I had the entire Uncut Believe review out yesterday before I posted the first one for YouTube. So you always get those. You get a film room, 2 film rooms a month that are Patreon only. It's only $5 a month to join Patreon, and you get a lot of extra content. So feel free to join. Plus, we do this every Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern. So it is fun. Appreciate you, Jack. Appreciate you, Matt, for coming in.
Yes, sir.
As usual, guys over there watching this and on YouTube land. Appreciate each and every one of you that's been in the comments, hanging out and talking with us and giving us your opinions of stuff. Really help with the conversation today, actually. But yep. Until next time, I'm Lawrence Owen. This is Colts Law, and I want you to have a good one.